something that when we learn about security, so it is a basic knowledge, some basic knowledge on cryptographic tools. Saya tak berapa nampak. Cuma mata tertinggal. Okay, so this one. I think I have shared with you the slide. Okay. I think some of you or most of you already maybe already heard about cryptography. Is there anyone already know a little bit on cryptography? Know about cryptographic? Learn about cryptographic before? Anyone?
Tak pernah.
No one.
Tak pernah.
Ya ke? I think some of you said have learn a little bit, maybe has functions. Tak pernah okay. So actually cryptographic. Today we learn about cryptographic, some introduction and basic cryptography algorithms. So what is cryptography? Cryptography actually is the science of secret writings. Means that it's used to hide or to change the message that you are going to send, so that it is going to be secret to other person that not authorized to see or to access the message. This is become one of the main tools for privacy, trust, access control, electronic payment, copyright, security, and etc. Yes, actually cryptography, encryption, cryptography is the basics for other tools in security, like when it can be applied when we are going to do maybe some application using steganography. Maybe I think if you want to use blockchains, is there anyone? I think previous your senior has done something on blockchains. And I think some of you know about blockchains. Have heard about blockchains, crypto money, right? Ada kan?
Nah.
Pernah tapi tak faham.
Ya,
Sama.
cryptocurrency, blockchains. So the basic is actually from here, cryptography. This is one of the best tool to provide a better protection in modern society environments. So actually cryptography can be used to provide, for example, for confidentiality, to ensure data is read only by authorized parties. Because to like I said, it's going to make the message or the informations that you are going to send to someone to be secret. So only authorized person can read or can access that. And for data integrity, to ensure data wasn't altered between sender and recipients, and also in terms of authentications, ensure data originate from a particular party. The application of cryptography can do that. Someone? Haziq. Okay. So then there are a few terms that related to cryptography. The first one that we should know is encryptions. Encryption is actually a process of encoding a message so that its meaning it's not obvious or the message become meaningless. The apa? Saya melihat tulisan tu berbalam-balam sebab cermin mata tak bawa hari ni, tertinggal tadi. Is a process of encoding a message so that its meaning is not obvious or the message become meaningless. What I said. So it's going to be maybe it change the apa? The shape, change the way the message sent. It's going to be from the plain text or the text that you can read. For example, you want to send email, you want to send a message to your friends. So by using encryptions, the algorithms, we change it into ciphertext and we send it to your friends, and your friend have to have some things to to make he or she able to read the message letter. So yeah, encryptions, and the other words is decryptions. And decryption is actually the terms about the reverse process which transforming an encrypt message back to its normal form. When you already encrypt the message, you send, and then the other party need to decrypt the message to make sure they can read, they can understand what you send. And the process that the system related to the encryption and decryption is called crypto systems. And it's also sometimes we use the word encode, decode. It's related to encryption, decryption. Encode, decode, encipher or decipher instead of the verb encrypt and decrypt. It can be interchangeable, the word. Okay, basically cryptography can we can actually categorize, or cryptography type can be divided into maybe symmetric encryptions, asymmetric encryptions, and add with hash functions. Where symmetric encryption means it's related to public key, private key. This information is not correct. Symmetric, nasib baik saya tak masukkan dalam slide ni. Dia sebenarnya symmetric encryption is about secret key, but asymmetric encryptions, symmetric encryptions, we have one key only, one to encrypt and one used to open. This one key, symmetric encryption, one key. Asymmetric encryption has two key. Dia ada public key and private key. Tak dipakai. Symmetric encryption it is the universal technique for providing confidentiality for transmit or store data. It is actually symmetric encryption is the the conventional encryptions that use one single key. Whereby it's required for need a strong encryption algorithms. Sender and receiver must have obtained copies of the secret key. Dia ada satu secret key where the sender and the receiver share the secret key. In a secure operation and must keep the key secure. So if you have the secret key, so don't share with others. This is the traditional. This is the conventional encryptions technique. This one is the model, the simple model of symmetric encryptions. Like I said, it is from maybe if you have plain text input here, So you send to the you encrypt using secret key. You encrypt using cipher algorithms, encryption algorithms, and then you add with the secret key, and then you transmit the ciphertext. When you encrypt the algorithm, it's the plain text going to change to what we call is ciphertext. And then the ciphertext can it's sent with the encryption with the X, the ciphertext and the key, with the key, the secret key, and then transmit to the receiver, and then use the secret key to decrypt that, and then at the end, if if you have the key, and then you can change the ciphertext into the plain text so that the receiver can read that. That is the simplified model of symmetric encryption. So the process is like this. Okay? Understand? Yeah,
Understand,
understand or
Doctor?
not?
Yes, understand.
Yeah, simple because it is just use one secret key. So you change the plain text with secret key, and then you transmit the ciphertext with secret key. You send to the receiver, so the receiver has the secret key, so they can decrypt the ciphertext and then change to the plain text. So it's simple, symmetric. So actually, symmetric encryption can be, it's vulnerable to cryptanalytic attacks. It can be attacked by cryptanalytic attacks. Because if you like I said, when we want to encrypt, we have several cipher algorithm that we can use. But if the attacker know the algorithms, how the algorithm works, so they can analyze that, and then at the end they can maybe read the message. Because it is rely on the nature of the algorithms and some knowledge of the general characteristics of the plain text. If they know what you are going to send, and then they understand the nature of the algorithms, and then maybe they have this some sample plain text of ciphertext first, so they can try to analyze that and exploit the characteristic of the algorithm to attempt to deduce a specific plain text or the key being used. Some of the cipher algorithms that actually traditionally introduced is we have what we call it as I have share with you the lab 3 later on. Maybe next week we can try. Okay, cipher algorithm that exists. We have the first one. We have what we call it Caesar cipher. Caesar cipher is under apa? We have the first one is substitutions. Where Caesar cipher substitution is used. We shift the alphabet into several places. For example, for Caesar's cipher, it's going to shift the alphabet 3 places after that. For For example, for A, maybe they change into, kalau A 3 places, A, B, C, maybe D. So they change the word. So if like that, just shifted like that, maybe we can, it's quite easy to be, apa nama dia? To predict this cipher. So yeah, it can be, maybe can be exploit, it can be attack, easy to attack. And other technique that can be used to attack is a brute force attack. Brute force attack like the exercise you have done during masa hari Ahad hari tu, password. So brute force attack, they try all possible keys on some ciphertext until an intelligible translation into plain text is obtained. They try to brute force. And under symmetric algorithms, under symmetric encryptions, we have several basic algorithm that popular when we talk about symmetric algorithms. The first one is what we call is DES, data encryption standard. We have what we call is triple DES and AES, advanced encryption standard, whereby for the DES, the plain text, it is 64-bit, triple DES 64, AES 128. For ciphertext block size, it is 64, 128. In terms of key size, for DES it is 56, but for triple DES it has 112 or 168. For ES it's about 128, 192 bits or 256. Yeah, DES is the most widely used encryption scheme traditionally, referred to as the data encryption algorithms, use 64 bits. That's the most studied encryption algorithms. And it is when you if you try to search internet ke, or you try to find any reference book on cryptography, so the first thing that they discuss is DES, the three of these, DES, triple DES and AES. DES is the most studied encryptions, use 64-bit key, this introduced by Alternate Frontier EAF 1998. Tu dia kata Alternate Frontier announced in July that it had broken a DES encryptions, tidak berjaya masa tahun 1998. This one is the average time required for hazardous key search. Ini maksudnya if you try to decrypt the apa nama dia, the ciphertext, the encrypt message. For DES times required at 10.9 decryption is about one year. But if you use 10/13 decryption, it's just 1 hour. For triple DES, it's longer times. For AES is going to be the longest time here. The triple DES, different repeat basis DES, 3 times using either 2 or 3 unique key. First DES used in financial application in 1985. Actually, the history of cryptography start from 1900. 1900 in Egypt. The iteration of triple dash, it has 168-bit key length overcome the vulnerability to brute force attack of dash. So dia perbaiki apa yang dash ada. Underlying encryption algorithm is the same as in dash, but because of that, the algorithm is sluggish. Sluggish in software and use 64-bit block size. And then they introduce AES. This one need a replace for 3 dash. And actually called for a proposal for AES in 1997. So yeah, so they came out in 2001. Yeah, it should have a security strength equal to or better than 3 dash, significantly improve efficiency. Yeah, still use a symmetric block cipher. And then they have different bit 128-bit data and 128 or 192 or 256-bit keys. Okay, so practical security issues here is typically symmetric encryption is applied to a unit of data larger than a single secret bit or 128-bit block, where they use ECB mode is the simplest approach to multiple block encryptions. Each block of plaintext is encrypted using the same key. Cryptographer may be able to exploit the algorithm in the plaintext. So the operation alternative technique developed to increase the security. Yeah, we use ECB to overcome the weakness. So this one, we use that type of symmetric encryptions. Dihantar by block, ini ECB tadi tu. Type of symmetric encryptions, this one. This one, so actually for symmetric encryptions, we can use a block and apa nama dia, can be sent block encryption or stream encryptions. Dia ada dua. We can use block or stream cipher. If we use block cipher means that process the input one block of element at a time. One block by one block, produce an output block of for each input block, can reuse key and more common. Block cipher. And then another one we can for symmetric algorithms, we have we can use stream cipher. Stream cipher process the input element continuously, produce output one element at a time. Primary advantage that if we using stream cipher, almost always faster. It's quite faster because one by one. But kalau block cipher, we have to send block by block. Yeah, they encrypt plaintext one byte at a time. And then pseudorandom stream is one that is unpredictable without knowledge of the input key. So what do you think? Which one is better to use, block cipher or stream cipher?
Stream.
Why?
More faster. Tak tahu.
Are you sure?
Not sure.
Tak sure. So when is suitable to use block cipher? When is suitable to use stream cipher? What do you think? Anyone? Mana lebih baik? It's depend, right? actually is depend on what type of file, what type of things that you are going to send. If you are going to send file, there are two. For block cipher, it's it's suitable to be used for maybe if you send file, something that block by block, message. But then for stream cipher, because it is faster, if you want to browse something, if you want to use for that data communication channel or for browser web link, so stream cipher is better to be used because it is faster. If you are going to send something bigger message, the bigger message or file and something like that, so it's better use block cipher. Okay, another things about when we talk about cryptography, so the application is to use when to ensure that the message we send is authentic, message authentications. So message authentication is important, right? Penting tak?
Yes.
Yeah. To protect against active attack and verify receipt message is authentic, so it is important. So we can use encryptions on the sender and receiver set key. If you use a conventional symmetric, so yeah, it can use set a key, so symmetric tu lah dia guna satu je. So message authentications basically if we have what we call is MAC, message authentication using a message authentication code. The MAC algorithm dia hantar, transmit, so just use MAC algorithms, compare, dia compare balik. Dia guna dia send message ni, dia gunakan MAC algorithm, so dia tukar, so dia send and then transmit and then dia compare, kalau sama so dia dapatlah message tu, maksudnya message tu boleh dibuktikan sebagai autentik. Ada siapa baru masuk tadi? Then this one. So for semantic for message authentication ni, so there are 3 ways actually that we can use. 3 ways using cryptography. We can use symmetric encryptions to authenticate our message. We can use a symmetric encryption. Kalau if we use symmetric encryption, so they just use one key, one secret key like this. One secret key, the message hash ni, dia gunakan one secret key, message dihantar and then dia compare. Dia just one key. Kita boleh guna symmetric encryptions. Nampak tak? You all lah boleh tengok sendiri kan? And then if we use public key encryptions, so we can have what we call is private key and then gunakan and then we transmit and then we use public key to open that. And then another techniques, we can use what we call is secret value. This one we can use what we call is one-way hash functions. That's why I said previously we have 3 categories. Actually 2. The basic one is symmetric and asymmetric, and then add with hash functions. Yang ni dia guna, the third one is use hash function kat ni yang boleh digunakan. Di mana hash functions can be applied to a block of data of any size, produce, feed, length, output, HR is relatively easy to compute for any given X, one way or pre-image resistance, kind of impressible, collision resistant or strong collision resistant, has functions. I think some of you already know, ada yang dah masa you propose title tu, ada yang dah cakap kumpulan siapa kumpulan satu rasanya, Basiman kumpulan Basiman, Zinian, they already said that they want to use MD5. MD5 is one example of hash functions that can you use to encrypt the message. Security of hash function, there are two approach to attacking a secure hash function. Actually, we can similar with symmetric tadi. They can exploit by cryptanalysis or brute force attack hash functions. Other than SHA, there is SHA. It is widely used hash algorithms. SHA, MD5, additional secure hash function applications, password. Maybe you can hash the password, to avoid intrusions. Or use intrusion detection, store hash app for each file on a system and secure the hash value. Okay, other application, other than symmetric hash functions, we have what we call is public key encryption structure or asymmetrics. Asymmetric, we use two separate key. It must have public key and private key. Public key proposed by Diffie-Hellman in 1976. Used to separate key, public key and private key. Public key is made public for others to use. So the model like this, from the plain text, we encrypt using any algorithms. The most popular public key or asymmetric algorithms are RSA, ECC, and then they encrypt and they use the public key here, transmit to the public key, and then they open using this one is going use at least private key to open that. Contact readable message, public and private key, pair of keys, one for encryption, one for decryptions. Whereby ciphertext scrambled message produced as output and decryption key produce the original plain text. This one. So dia ada tambahan sikit daripada kalau we use one single key. Proses dia ada pertambahan sikit lah. And this one is another technique. Plain text use we use private key with the message send, and then to open it we use the public key. Dia ada dua. Use encrypt data using his or her own private key. Anyone who knows the corresponding public key will be able to decrypt the message. Ada dua cara yang guna public key ni. Satu, we send the encrypt message with public key, and then tapi to open it we use the private key. Yang ini we send using private key. Bob ada satu je.
Sorry to interrupt. Ada seorang nak masuk.
Ada seorang nak masuk.
Terima kasih.
Tadi macam siapa? Tak ada nampak, saya tak nampak.
Oh, tak ada.
Siapa nak masuk?
Salah link kot. Jap, saya bagi link.
Sekejap. Dia tak dapat ni. Itulah saya rasa tadi. Saya rasa macam bunyi tapi saya tak nampak dekat sini. Sekejap. Dia mana? Ada lain ke? Ni siapa? Okay, Divana. Ada siapa lagi nak masuk? Tak ada.
Tak ada kot kata.
Okay. Okay, can we continue?
Yes. Sure.
Okay, yang ini tadi. Dia ada dua cara untuk apa nama dia? Asymmetric tadi. Asymmetric key dia ada dua cara kat situ. Whether they use the they encrypt and then send using public key, tapi bila dibuka dia guna private key. Tapi yang ni pula dia buat Bob saja, Bob dia apa nama dia? Dia encrypt and send using dia punya private key, but then dia gunakan untuk buka dia just guna public key saja. Kat situ. Okay. There are application for public key crypto systems. Dia ada RSA, DP-Hellman, DSS, and another one is elliptic curve. RSA, the requirement for public key crypto system, it should be computationally easy to create key pairs. It should be easy for sender knowing public key to encrypt message. Easy to receiver knowing private key to decrypt the ciphertext. It should be impossible for opponent to determine private key. Computationally impossible for opponent to otherwise recover original message. Useful if either key can be used for each role. Ni dia asymmetric encryption algorithms. We have RSA, reverse summary agreement. Dia di-introduce 1977. Saya mata dah tak nampak. Sekejap. Most widely accepted implement approach public key the RSA antara yang famous popular famous sampai sekarang pun orang mesti gunakan this use block cipher in which the plaintext and ciphertext are integers between 0 and n to 9 false sum n. And then we have what we call is Diffie-Hellman exchange algorithms, digital signature. This one is applications that we use combination of public key, private key, hash. Provide only a digital signature function with SHA-1. Two digital signature cannot be used for encryption or key exchange. Digital signature, actually digital signature function like signature, your signature to say it is from you. Maksudnya to authentic that it is from you. Macam tu. Tapi ni digital. And then another nowadays we have what we call is elliptic curve cryptography ACC. This pretty like RSA but with much smaller key. Kalau RSA dia bigger key, but ECC use much smaller key. Okay, this one is like I said, digital signature. Digital signature is used one of application of public key tadi tu, used for authenticating both source and data integrity, created by encrypting hash code with private key, and then does not provide confidentiality. Dia lebih kepada to authenticate ataupun to to ensure that we can actually know that that message is from who, siapa yang hantar tadi tu, to authenticate the message. Even in the case of complete encryption, message is saved from alteration but not eavesdropping. Kalau you tengok kat sini, for example, dia hantar and generate has code to answer certificate. So dia akan ada message yang dihantar tu, ada Bob ID information, ada Bob public key dan juga sign certificate, and then dihantar. So dia akan decrypt signature with CA public key tadi to recover hash code. Fungsi dia lebih kurang macam signature lah. Signature, you understand about signature, right? To authenticate. This is from you macam tu. And another application is what we call is digital envelope. Digital envelope macam to protect a message without needing to first arrange for sender and receiver to have the same secret key. Jadi dia yang macam envelope in real world macam tu lah. Message tu kita gunakan random symmetric key, so kita masukkan macam kita encrypt the message, masukkan dalam sampul digital envelope, and then kita hantar, and then bila sampai dekat when the receiver receive that, dia guna key untuk buka. Lebih kurang macam just like macam you send email kan, to your friend, lebih kurang macam tu lah. Dia macam email tu macam envelope dia hantar macam tu, lebih kurang. Dia kata equate to the same thing as a sealed envelope containing an unsigned letter, lebih kurang. And then when we talk about cryptography, it's related to random numbers. Dia ada, it's good that we use random numbers key for public key algorithms, string key, symmetric stream cipher, symmetric key for use as a temporary session key, or in creating a digital envelope, or use include generation of handshaking to prevent replay attack or session key. So it's good that you use random numbers. Sebab tak boleh, then because random, so people difficult to guess. So random numbers, number requirements, randomness, it should be maybe criteria uniform distribution, progressive of accurate of each. The number should be absolutely the same. Independence, no one value in the sequence can be inferred from the others. It should be because random kan. And then unpredictable. Each number is statistically independent of other numbers in the sequence. Opponents should not be able to predict future element of the sequence on the basis of earlier elements. So it's random. So tu dia kata random and then pseudo randoms. So pseudo random are sequence produced that satisfies statistical randomness test likely to be predictable. So kalau kita guna pseudo random ni, dia lebih predictable. So it's better we use true random number generator. Practical application of store data, common to encrypt transmit data, much less common for store data. So the use of encryptions, cryptography, you have to think where or when you want to use that. Tak adalah semua benda you nak encrypt kan. Apa yang you hantar, apa yang you, maksudnya password you dah encrypt kan. Lepas tu semua benda kat dalam sistem you dan information dalam tu pun you nak encrypt kan. Is it feasible? Is it okay? Okay ke? So everything, informations or everything in your system tu you are going to make it, you are going to encrypt that. Is it possible?
Possible.
Possible, memang possible, tapi in term of convenience to user, like what I said, the concept of software engineering security, it should be balanced. Any tools, any method or any algorithm that you are going to use to apply in your systems must be balanced. Anything that you want to introduce, security element that you are going to introduce to your system, you have to consider the balancing between that security features that you are going to implement in your system with the functionality of the system, the usability of the system, the performance of the systems. Then, so you have to think, you have to consider wisely where and when you are going to use cryptography, encryption, unit encryption yang mana satu, where you are going to use another things in your system. Sebab software engineering security, konsep security itu just, it is not just cryptography atau encryption saja. Ada konsep yang lain yang kita kena apply. Okay. Okay. So cerita pasal when we talk about sekejap saya nak you try, maybe you can try to to go to Maybank to you dengan CIMB to see which has function or which cryptography tools that they use. Cuba try. Cuba buka. Ada siapa nak cuba? Cuba. Cuba pergi kat Maybank to you. Aku 3. Ada yang try? Sekejap saya tunjuk. Mana? Ada yang try dah buka? Dekat Maybank to you. So you pergi dekat dia punya yang nampak macam key tu. View site information situ. Kat sini. Nampak tak? You nampak dia tulis kat situ.
Nampak.
Connection is secure, right? Pergi dekat situ, klik. So you pergi dekat dia punya, so dia dekat certificate is valid. Pergi dekat ni learn more. Sekejap, salah. Kat situ sekejap. Pergi secure valid. Pergi dekat certification is valid. Pergi dekat sini. You pergi tengok dekat detail. You can see that they use signature algorithm, dia guna SHA. Signature has algorithm, dia guna SHA. And then dia kata digital cert dia guna SHA. Kat situ dia guna public key, dia guna ECC. Public key algorithms authority, dia guna ECC. Public key dan ECC. Cuba you tengok CIMB. CIMB klik. Siapa cuba? Ada yang cuba tak? Pergi tengok CIMB klik, cuba pergi dekat tempat yang sama. Dekat bahagian security tu. Ada tak yang pergi?
Kejap.
Ada? Pergi kat CMB.
Ada doktor.
Salahuddin dapat
Dia
jumpa?
pakai SHA juga tapi cuma public key dia pakai RSA.
Dia pakai RSA. Lagi? So kat situ dia apa nama dia, kalau you sebagai pengguna kan, you rasakan RSA dengan ECC mana lagi bagus? Mana lagi secure? Can you guess which one is more secure? Diam. RSA or ECC?
RSA.
Yang tu.
Kenapa RSA, Fatin? Siapa yang jawab?
Nisa, doktor Nisa.
Oh, Nisa. Nisa.
Ya doktor.
Ah,
Saya rasa je RSA sebab dia famous more than ECC.
sebab dia famous. Tak ada sebab
Dia
lain.
banyak digunakan.
Orang lain?
Tapi doktor ECC kan baru doktor.
ECC ECC yalah dia yang terbaru lah.
Maksudnya kalau lagi baru lagi power doktor.
Mana boleh nak kata lagi baru lagi power. Tak semestinya
Tapi
juga.
Tapi dia tak establish. Tapi tak tahulah. Pada doktor,
Doktor rasa mana lagi bagus?
Saya tanya awak. Dia sebenarnya kalau ikutkan ECC dalam kes ni maybe to you. Apa nama ni, sebab saya memang study cryptography. Dia kata ECC is more, dalam kes ni maybe to you is more secure. Sebab kenapa? What do you think? Why?
Apa doktor?
ECC lebih maybe to you lebih secure. Kenapa?
Key size dia.
Sebab RSA size key dia besar. Key dia kan besar, so dia punya apa nama dia, dan ECC dia guna smaller key. So dia lebih cepat. Proses tu lebih cepat, nak securekan tu lebih cepat, macam tu lah dia kata. Tapi kalau RSA dia sebab dia guna dia punya size bit tu lagi besar, so dia akan takes more time macam tu. So dia ada penambahan bit, jadi dia lagi proses dia lambat sikit dari segi security ni. Macam tu lah. Kan? Sebab RSA dia lagi besar, so maybe proses dia lagi slow dan sebagainya lah. Dia punya reason. Dan kalau you berminat pasal kriptografi, bila saya study ni sebenarnya, if you like to learn more about cryptography, cryptography is something interesting to siapa yang minat maths. There's something that's interesting to search more. There are a lot of cipher algorithm that exist that maybe you can learn about. Dan sekarang ni kalau dekat Malaysia, actually kriptografi sekarang ni dah sampai ke quantum. Kerana cerita pasal quantum dia dah ada quantum crypto. Dia dah lain dari cerita dia punya teknologi tu. So you boleh tu. Dan nanti saya akan share balik saya punya slide yang ni. Dia ada you boleh link, saya boleh bagi link yang you boleh tengok lagi benda. Tapi basically if you if you search dekat Google je pasal kriptografi tu banyak dah. There are a lot of information about cryptography that you can find internet, because it is already cryptography is something that bukan something new. tapi dia berguna sampai sekarang. It is not something new so that you can easily find. Cuma betul tak betul cuba kena tengok lah. So you have to find the good reference lah. Bukan semua dekat internet tu bagus. Kena tengok yang mana satu yang kita boleh apa nama dia? You all dah belajar research method PSM kan? Kan? Dalam kelas PSM dah bagi tahu kan mana reference yang bagus, yang tak bagus kan? Boleh tengok kat situ. Okay. Any questions? Sebab hari ni saya lepas tu kita buat quiz. Ada
Tak
soalan lain?
Doktor,
Ya?
kuis kita sekejap lagi. Subjektif ke objektif doktor?
Objektif.
Awak terus je lah. Awak nak rehat sekejap ke nak terus buat?
Rehat.
Rehat.
5 minit doktor. 5
Kita rehat 5
minit.
minit. Okay, lepas tu kita start, okay?
Objektif kan doktor?
Yelah.